Hey everyone. Well, let's give you a update on the Dodge Intrepid engine project. Let's see what we've got going on in here. So there's our Dodge 2.7 liter V6 engine that's been completely overhauled. New bearings, rings, a new rod, new seals and everything. It's all the internals are in it, and it's getting ready to go into the car. We won't be able to fire it tonight, but in any event, it's complete. We will have to replace the valve covers before it's driven, damaged valve covers. But this engine is fixing to go in that car, and hopefully in the near future we'll have a 03 Dodge Intrepid that actually runs and drives. That might be nice. Let's take a look at some of the damage that was done to the original engine. Okay, so here's some of the original parts to the 2.7. These on the right are the main bearings, and I wanted to show you that, in particular that one. That bearing is really rough. There was another one that was somewhere around here. Well, these main bearings are pretty shot. The crankshaft was unable to be turned. See if I get this camera will get a good look at these bearings. They're grooved and worn, pitted, not good. That one's worse out of all of them. These are the rod bearings, which they're also wore. It shows some signs of wear, but not nearly as bad as the main bearings. This, I might mention also, was the engine that was supposed to be a good engine at the time of purchase, which clearly it was not. And you can see some more wear. And there's the rod bearings. This is the oil pump. Damnedest looking oil pump I've ever seen. Never had one like that. This, and somewhere hiding in here, is a needle bearing, which I just had a moment ago. Well, anyway, there's a ball bearing there, and somewhere hiding in this box of crap is a metal. There it is. There's two of them actually. Yeah, two needle bearings and a ball bearing were found inside the engine upon disassembly, and I suspect that those bearings, if that is in fact a needle bearing, it might just be a guide dowel, but that's certainly part of a bearing. I suspect that those are part of the water pump, which on the 2.7 Dodge engine, the geniuses who designed it recessed the water pump back into the engine block on the front end so that it's behind the timing chain cover assembly, and whether by design or defect in design, when the water pumps fail, rather than the water coolant being properly ejected out of the engine and onto the ground to show you that you have an issue, most of the time I've discovered that the coolant goes into the engine, gets into the water, and thins it all out and fries your bearings and toasts your engine, which, as per my research, shows that's why 90% of these 2.7s end up in the wrecking yards in the first place, is due to some asinine design putting the water pump recessed in the front of the engine, which no doubt is what caused the death of these bearings and those bearings and this whole engine entirely. So, yeah, learned a little thing. I won't be buying any Dodge Intrepids with bad motors. I'll just keep to my Chevrolet products, thank you. But anyway, so we've got the engine getting ready to go into the car, and this will probably be the last video on the car tonight. It'll be too dark after a while to film, but we'll get it in, and here in the next couple of days, with any luck, we'll have the engine fully buttoned up, replace the valve covers, they're both damaged, and get everything hooked up, and hopefully have this car running and on the road. Another thing I wanted to mention before I end this video is we have had to do some patchwork on other people's handiwork. Both of these catalytic converters were not present when he got the car. One of them he had to patchwork on here from another exhaust system from another Intrepid. Also, the geniuses that pulled the motor out of this car cut some stuff rather than disconnecting it, so we're having to do some redneck patchwork on our fuel line to the fuel rail. So anyway, it's not the first time we've had to redneck rig something to make it work, but hey, the name of my channel is Poor Redneck World, so why not go with it? So hopefully the next video we make will be of that engine in the car running. Thanks for watching. Comments welcome.